The 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met.
The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. And it's another road game for the 76ers.
Here we go.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the 76ers, Carl Landry is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Tony Wroten. Then there's Okafor. And it's Stauskas in at the 2 spot.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
Here's Okafor, and it's Okafor again missing. And Chicago has possession. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East, 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played .500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins and 18 games against that division.
Now here's Wroten. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. And here's Stauskas from the arc. Rebound Andre Drummond. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The 19-foot shot, and right with the basket on the assist by Rose. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Landry, a screen on Rose. Wroten kicks to Landry, and he gets it to go.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Drummond passes to Gasol. The turnaround Jay goes back up, and it's Drummond missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Wroten with it. Butler covering. Wroten dishes to Okafor. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Bulls trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Gasol kicks to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Wroten. He's covered by Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Guys, what a nice surprise Tony Wroten was last season. Especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Wroten put up a career-high 5 assists per game and really worked hard at the defensive end as well. He's one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
And for Wroten last season, he even took on more of a scorer's mentality. Went up in points, went down in field goal percentage, but like a boxer, he gets a little extra credit for pushing the action.
And Wroten drops them both.
And, you know, talking about Wroten, I think the next step in his development is to produce at the same level, but with greater efficiency. Too often, his highlight reel passes led to turnovers. He would gamble defensively, too. That's, to me, just a young player growing up on the job.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The feed now to Covington. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Off on the layup. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. Hit a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Well, that's got to wear on you.
Now Landry, after Darrell Wright's three-pointer that didn't go. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Bulls trail by 3. Rose passes to Gasol. Drummond a screen. Gasol dishes to Wright. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Bulls shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Bulls 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And so Wright kneels both of them.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Now here's Roten. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Wright with the basket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Rose. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
Kevin, he thinks this team is such a tight-knit group that it's starting to get to a point where they can read each other's minds. They'll see a guy cutting without even looking up, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully, the fun can continue, guys.
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. Hey, an interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what'll win the game for him.
First one falls for him.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
He doesn't get the second one. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this, only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle. Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Covington. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. The 76ers with another miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And it's denied. And here we go. Fast break. Roten's got it. The pull-up. The 76ers with another miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Comes for Chicago. Smith comes in for Darrell Wright. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Rose. And then for Philadelphia, Embiid, he's checked in for Landry. And it's Cannon in for Roten. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
So here is Chicago, trailing by 2. Clarkson kicks to Gasol. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Splitters checked in for Andre Drummond. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Philadelphia. Hollis Thompson comes in for Nick Stauskas. Thompson against Butler. Thompson left side. Here's Embiid, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here is Splitter. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. That's good. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Pass to Sampson. Feeds it to Okafor. Fader on the way. Rejected by Gasol. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Mirotic comes in for Butler. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grant, he's checked in for Okafor. Screen by Grant. Just 5 on the clock. Cannon, the pass to Sampson. Rebound by the Bulls.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
Smith dishes to Clarkson. Left side, Gibson lets it go from 14. Thompson with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Up top, Embiid. Here's Sampson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Raptors in Toronto. 76ers moving the ball around. The dish now to Grant. On the wing, Thompson. Sampson kicks to Grant. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Kicks it to Smith. Pass to Switter. In the corner, it's Clarkson. There's the three. Cannon with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 5. Screen by Grant. Shoots off the screen. Can't hit. And the Bulls going the other way now. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Stolen by Clarkson. And they're moving it up. Here's Smith. Finished off the break. Smith's got his first points of the game.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's Cannon. Grant kicks to Sampson. Back to Grant. The pass to Cannon. To the paint. It's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. Smith outside. Fires the 3. Here's Splitter. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's Sampson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And it's good.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Bulls trail by 3. Chicago calls timeout. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail. At the numbers for Cannon, averaging 12 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every train needs a conductor, man. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
And Chicago has possession. It's a 3-point game. Nice shot by Smith.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
.149 left in the first quarter. Thompson in the corner. There's the triple. And Splitter pulls it down. Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Passes it to Smith. The 3. The Bulls keep it alive. Splitter, that's good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Screen by Grant. Puts up a 3. And he gets the bucket. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Now, here's Clarkson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Mirotic. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Cannon, the pass to Embiid. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Nice shot by Smith.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Here's Cannon. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Embiid the screen. Low block shot on the way, and Gibson sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Splitter touched it last. "16 seconds left to play in the first. Thompson outside. Embiid in the corner. And there's the 3-second violation. There's 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Clarkson with the ball. Just 3 on the clock. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Pau Gasol is out there with Smith. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Smith with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 9 points for Smith.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
This is to Gasol. He feeds it to Smith. Drummond the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Chicago leading. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Rose. Butler's got his first points of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Roden. He's covered closely, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced.
Jarrell Wright's checked in for Chicago.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Drummond dishes to Gasol. Knocked away. The kick out to Wright. Back to Drummond. Outside Rose. From the wing. The rebound by Roten. And last season, Clark Stauskas' minutes grew with his play. At the end of the season, he was a big rotation guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his scoring or ability to shoot that he displayed. I mean, we know he can shoot the ball, but he showed he's a very smart player in the half court and pretty good passer, too.
Rose goes in. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt. Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
The 76ers shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. That one misses for Okafor. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
Rose with the ball, and Roten picks him up defensively. Rose kicks to Gasol. Inside, he's looking for Drummond and finds him. Rose attacking. Score the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Roten kicks to Okafor. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter of play. Stauskas' shot is off.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. The defense offers just a little bit of resistance. He doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Outside Rose. Here's the floater. Here's Drummond. Excellent D there from Okafor.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Landry with a screen for Roten, and there's the defensive 3-second call. The 76ers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Throw good, Stauskas.
Nick Stauskas had some great moments on the court last season, guys, but perhaps his most memorable contribution was his nickname of Sauce Castillo. Came out of nowhere, but it stuck with him, and he's going with it. I'd love to hear the story behind that.
Here's Landry, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Paul Gasol. Clark, as you were talking about Nick Stauskas, he earned the name Sauce Castillo last year. Came about when a bad translation on a Kings game referred to him as that name in closed captioning.
And guys, credit to Stauskas, because he read with it, made the most of the opportunity, even launched his own Sauce Castillo hot sauce. And I can't attest to if the sauce is any good, Kevin, but I'm still waiting for a taste test.
I am too. Put it on what? You put it on bread and crackers and hamburgers. Okay, we'll try it. Yeah. We'll try it. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the 1st round of the playoffs.
He hits both from the stripe.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Rose, good.
I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Roten the pass to Okafor. He kicks it to Landry. Here's Covington, guarded by Wright. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Covington.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
And it's Wright missing. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Stauskas, and Gasol sends it back. Rose kicks to Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 5th assist in this one. The 76ers trail by 3. Now here's Roten. 9-point game his last outing. Down low. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got 4 points this quarter.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Outside Rose. There's a good screen. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He never gives up on a missed shot. He feels like every one is his, and that tip-in paid off for him.
And the 76ers call time here.
We know Andre Drummond is an elite rebounder. So many 20-plus rebound games. He just gobbles up rebounds like very few in the league do.
With this break, let's run down the point guards with the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Derrick Rose, number 1.
And for the purist out there, he has been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. I mean, he can make any pass on the court and create so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Call him their heart and soul. I mean, their offense would be completely different if he wasn't the guy running the show.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Splitters checked in for Andre Drummond. Gibson comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Clarkson in for Rose. Pick by Okafor. Cannon dishes to Okafor. Can't hit from 12. The Bulls leading by 3. And Jimmy Butler again. Butler's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Cannon kicks to Embiid. Here's Okafor, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
We're really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Cannon, the pass to Thompson. From past the arc, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Cannon.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Butler dishes to Clarkson. Splitter trying to break free. Shots good by Clarkson. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
And here's Clarkson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Smith kicks to Clarkson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Clarkson's got 6 points.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried.
And that shot might not be the #1 option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one you take.
Embiid the screen. Cannon kicks to Grant. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And Grant drops them both. The Bulls leading by 3. The feed to Splitter. Now Clarkson, he's got 6. Splitter sets a screen. Smith for 3, and that one's good. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Embiid kicks to Cannon. He dishes it to Grant. 5 on the clock. He had a nice open look right there. Grant's got 7 points.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Screen by Smith. Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. Feeds to Splitter. A jump hook. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Splitter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls. Philadelphia has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Chicago. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season. And checking out Philadelphia, 2 games back.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Yeah, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Here's Clarkson. He's got 6. Past the splitter. And the rejection by Embiid. Thompson outside. Cannon the pass to Thompson. Grant kicks to Cannon. Embiid with a screen on Gibson. Here's Cannon. Chicago grabs the miss. Splitter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Marks and dishes to Smith. Off the left rim and out.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Here's Cannon. He's covered by Clarkson. Embiid. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Clarkson. There's the dish to Splitter. And again, no good by Chicago. Cannon. No good. And the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they're generating points in the paint, which I like to see. Too often teams fall in love with the 3, and the defenses can key on that. You want to keep your offense unpredictable, which is why you need to establish a presence inside. Once you do that, then you can play inside out, and you've got the defense right where you want it.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You have to like what we're seeing from J.R. Smith.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. Robert Covington out there with Carl Landry. Then there's Okafor. Then it's Tony Wroten. And it's Stauskas in at the 2.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
For the lead, Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A wide open look here for Wright. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight. Now here's Wroten. He's covered by Rose. It's stolen by Rose. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Kicks it to Stauskas. And it's Okafor off the drive. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
That's really the area where they'd like all of their shots to come from.
The 76ers trail by 7. Lets it go from 11, and it's sent back by Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's the screen. 6 to shoot. And here's Covington from the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Drummond's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. Well, I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Here's Butler. Moves back up, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit, and he'll play better.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Roten. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a lot of work ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
Yeah, definitely not, guys. Not with all the time that's still left in this game.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but the parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And speaking of NBA parity, it's impossible to go from last to first in a single year, but it can happen in a 3-year span.
And that's all you really want from a fan's perspective, hope. To illustrate the parity, all 4 teams in the conference finals from last year were different from the year before.
Landry up top. He's covered by Rose. Now here's Roten. Defense is right there. Count that one.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Here's Gasol, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a 2nd-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Gasol hits them both. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Landry, a screen on Rose. Roten kicks to Landry. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Landry's got 4 points in the quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And stolen by Roten. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
Now here's Rose. He's covered by Roten. Rose, good.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Okafor sets the pick for Roten. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Roten's got 12.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Rose passes to Gasol. Here's Drummond, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Roten kicks to Stauskas. Here's Okafor, and it's sent back by Drummond.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Butler, and Okafor with the block. Roten with it. He's got 12. Pass to Landry. Now here's Roten. Landry a screen on right. Here's Okafor. Rebound Andre Drummond.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
And the shot is good.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Roten kicks to Covington. The pass to Landry. The shot misses, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Outside Rose. Outside Gasol. Passes it to Butler. Right side. 6 to shoot. Butler dishes to Gasol, and he stuffs that one home.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Covington passes to Roten. Pick by Okafor. Roten kicks to Okafor. He got right to the cup using that screen. Okafor's got 12 points in the game.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And it's Rose missing. The 76ers trail by 8.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
And it's Okafor missing. Well, Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Rose with the ball. And Roten picks him up defensively. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Landry. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Second chance shot, and Splitter with the nice bucket inside. Splitter's got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Cannon dishes to Embiid. Screened by Grant. Here's Cannon. He's covered by Clarkson. Cannon, the pass to Embiid. Out left to the wing. Cannon kicks to Embiid. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Chicago. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season, came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
The 76ers trail by 12. Here's Cannon. He's got 9. Dishes it to Thompson. Misses from close range.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
Cannon, that's a two-pointer, finds himself wide open and drills it. Cannon's got 11 points. The Bulls leading by 10. And here's Clarkson. He has 6. And Embiid with the block. Inside, here's Grant, and Gibson sends it back. .152 left in the third. There's a good screen. Splitter sets a screen. Smith for 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Splitter against Embiid. Out to Thompson. Plenty of space. Rebounded by Clarkson. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Bulls.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
Butler, he's checked in for Mirotic. Cannon kicks to Thompson. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Gibson with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Embiid dishes to Okafor. Here's Sampson, defended by Butler. And there's the feed to Cannon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Embiid the screen. And that one's good. Cannon's got 13.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
29 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Cannon, covered by Smith. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good. .11 seconds left in the third. Embiid the screen. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw. Here's Okafor. Off the inbound, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Bulls. They lead by 9. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The 76ers trail by 9. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Cannon. He's covered by Rose. Embiid, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Rose. An easy 2 points on the layup. Rose has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Chicago. And the 76ers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Okafor with the screen on Rose. Cannon kicks to Okafor. Here's Embiid. Poked away.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Cannon kicks to Okafor. Here's Butler. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Chicago.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Some changes for Chicago. Drummond's checked in for Gibson, and Darrell Wright has subbed in for Butler. Then for the 76ers, Carl Landry's checked in for Okafor, and Robert Covington subbed in for Isaiah Cannon. Outside Rose. He feeds it to Gasol. Now Roten. Stauskas, the pass to Roten. Outside Landry. Embiid the screen. Landry dishes to Roten. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Outside Gasol. And he gets it to go. Gasol's got the lead up to 13 now for Chicago.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Unloads from 13. And the shot goes in from Embiid. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The Bulls leading by 11. Smith kicks to Rose. Here's Wright. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Here's Stauskas, covered by Smith. Embiid kicks to Landry. Shot clock at 5, and the shot is long.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
The drive by Smith, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Carl Landry. Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Roten kicks to Embiid. He dishes it to Landry. Here's Covington, guarded by Wright. Here's Roten. No good on the triple.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability. Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Gasol against Landry. Fades back.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Roten, the pass to Stauskas. He kicks it to Embiid. Roten with it. Back to Embiid. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of side speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
And here's Covington from the arc. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 16th rebound on the night. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Rose kicks to Drummond. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Bulls lead by 17. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Chicago calls timeout.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Outside Rose. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Now here's Roten. Rose with some nice D.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
The Bulls leading by 14. To the inside, out to Smith. Gasol a screen. Off the screen. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Roten dishes to Landry. Feeds to Covington. Landry kicks to Roten. Back to Landry. Takes it off the glass. And Chicago has possession. They lead by 14. Rose passes to Gasol. There's the pick. Screen by Smith. Rose gets a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Rose has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Here's Landry. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Wright dishes to Gasol. Pass to Rose. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Rose has got 15 points here in the second half. Landry with the screen. Here's Covington, guarded by Wright. Covington kicks to Embiid. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Covington's shot is off.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Smith right side. Drummond sets the screen for Smith. Down low. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Okafor's checked in.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon.
Roten, the pass to Stauskas. Landry with the screen. Okafor with the screen on Rose. Here's Roten, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Roten's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Rebound by the 76ers. Stauskas has got 3 rebounds now in this one. The dish now to Roten. Kicks it to Landry. Pass to Stauskas. And there's the feed to Covington. There's the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Shoots from the right block. That's good on the jump shot. That's now 26 points for Derrick Rose.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Roten kicks to Stauskas. Now the pass to Okafor. 76ers moving the ball around. Covington's shot is off.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Outside Rose. Passes it to Gasol. With the fadeaway. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Roten dishes to Okafor. He sinks the 11-footer.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it. Good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Rose passes to Drummond. Outside Butler. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Butler kicks to Drummond. Gasol dishes to Drummond. The kick outside to Butler. He feeds it to Gasol. Second shot opportunity, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The 76ers trail by 20. Up top, Roten, defended by Butler. And that one's good, Roten. Roten's got 9 points in the quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Chicago.
Fewer miscues made the difference, Clark.
Yeah, I thought the fact they minimized their turnovers was huge. It was a terrific all-around effort.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the 76ers.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Rose. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Free throw drops for Covington. And some changes here for the 76ers. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Landry. J.K. Sampson comes in for Tony Roten. And it's Thompson in for Nick Stauskas. And both free throws good for Covington. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Gibson the screen. Here's Clarkson. And Okafor with the block. They recover it. Butler passes to Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal foul. Jordan Clarkson. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Clarkson. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Cannon kicks to Thompson. Dishes to Cannon. To the wing on the left. Here's Okafor. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Clarkson. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. We got to see your offense in full effect here tonight. Seems like everyone on this team is really on the same page.
I definitely think so. You know, we got a lot of great players on our team, a lot of people who can score, and hopefully we can just keep building on it.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
All right.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. During the second half, it seemed like he was simply on a mission. Really didn't let up.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.